Okay, all right. Now, can you guys let me know in the chat? Let me go ahead and make sure, let me leave that up there just for one more second. Get that back up there. Okay, so in the chat room, if you guys will let me know, how many of you guys are on the computer, laptop, tablet, or phone? Can you guys let me know what you're on? Okay, laptop, what else? Both, Jonah, laptop. All right. Okay, good deal. All right, because these are really easier to set up in on a computer, whether it's a laptop or whatever. You can set these up on your phone, your tablet. I'm going to be showing you how to set it up first on your computer, and if we have time, we'll go over the cell phones and the tablets. I don't have my, I think I can hook up my phone up to my computer. Maybe I can do that at the end and show you how to set it up on your phone. It's really kind of easy, but I really want to make sure. Yes, yes, sir, I am going to record it. All right. Let me go back here. Let me get this out of the way. Okay. So we had a fantastic Super Saturday event in Dallas. It was really, really awesome. Pastor Jonah Stout, Pastor Kathy Kirkland, Prophetess Nell Dixon, and we had the $10 million trader man, Kevin. I'm sorry, I can't remember his last name, but he was there, and myself. We all did a presentation. We had so many guests in the house. It was amazing. I mean, almost half the room was guests, which was phenomenal. And then, so I did a training, and I started doing some training on this particular moving average. And then Kevin got up in Jefferson. That's what I thought it was, Jonah. Thank you. And then I did some training, and then Kevin got up and he did some more training on moving averages and then some other things that he does in trading. And so really, really phenomenal. Now, I want to preface something to you guys, all right? So I'm about to show you something that can make a lot of pips. And when I tell you a lot of pips, I mean you can make, you know, sometimes like 100, 150 pips with this, all right? Now, what I want you to know is it is not the only thing that you can use trading. It is a single tool that you can use trading. It's one of many things that we use. When I first got started, I was using this particular tool, and I was using it on another time frame. And it was because, you know, one of my mentors had taught it to me, and I did really well with it. But I will tell you that I graduated from it. And when I say I graduated from it was I began learning other ways to trade that helped me learn entries and learn more about where is the market going. And, you know, so because this particular thing that we're going to be learning tonight, you know, we know the entry, we know when to get in, and we can look to the left and we can see, according to some support and resistance, you know, where we can get our take profits at. But, you know, it really doesn't help us with our overall view of where the market is going. So overall, I use what I trained on, I believe, last week and maybe a couple of weeks before, which was on the 4-hour time frame. And I'm not going to go into that, but you know, it was more, I'll just show you one real quick. It's where I use our trend lines. I use the Fibonacci, and we can really set our entries. And so I kind of joke and say, you know, this is kind of the big boys, you know, way of trading. And it's really cool because so many times I will find entries and things, and then this is exactly, you know, we'll get signals or, you know, from Swipe Trades or Mr. Terry or the fusion traders, and you know, we're like, oh yeah, exactly, this is, you know, I can see it right here. And so this is truly a much better, a more clear overview of what the market's doing and where it, you know, where it looks like it's going. We never predict the market, but we always look to the left, and you know, we can see according to the patterns and the structure where it could be going. So what I want you to know is, so what I'm going to be showing you right now, you can't go, well, you know what, because this is very tempting, you know, to say, you know what I just learned right now, I can make 100 pips and I'm done. I don't need anything else. And, you know, who needs to learn how to trade and do all of that studying and all that stuff? And I just want to let you know that that might be tempting, but that's not the way it is. Okay. Kevin, oh, I can't see your screen. Can everybody else see my screen? Okay, everybody can see my screen except for, okay, so Alita, you might want to refresh your, what are you looking at? Are you looking at a laptop or a phone? You might want to refresh. Everyone else is able to see it. Okay, so so I'm saying all of that because it is very tempting to think that, you know what, you've got the keys to the kingdom and you don't need anything else. So of course, Mr. Terry and everybody else would be doing this if this was the only thing that we needed. So I assure you, it is just one of the things that we need. So one of the things I want to show you, and I woke up this morning just a little too late to do this. So first I'm going to show you a little bit about this moving average, and then I'm going to show you a little bit on how to put it on your computer and on your phone. You may already have it if you've been training with me for any amount of time. We put it on our phones quite some time back and on our computers. So this lime green line right here that I have, this is the 200 moving average. As you can see right there on that box, it opens up and shows you what that is. And all of these candles are price. So when price crosses the moving average, normally when it crosses going up, we buy. When it crosses going down, we sell. So this morning, I was so tired. This has just been a crazy week, a crazy weekend. And I woke up and I saw that price was right in here on GJ. So guys, GBP JPY is one of my most favorite pairs. It's the pair I started with when I had not a clue. The first day I ever opened a demo account, and you know how you close your eyes and you open your Bible and you twirl your finger around and you pick a scripture and you go, that's the word that God has for me today. Well, that's kind of how I picked GJ. All right, so I opened up the phone and the quotes page, I didn't even know what that meant, but that's what that was. And I looked down and I picked that pair somehow, and that's what I started trading. So GJ was my pair. And so that pair I keep open all the time. So I woke up and it was crossing the price line right here, and I was like, oh man, all right, I'm gonna get in this. I'm gonna get in. I'm gonna wait because it was up here. It hadn't quite crossed it. What I do is I wait till it crosses and closes. Now, lo and behold, sometimes that baby will cross and keep going and keep going and keep going and keep going before it ever closes, and you're like, Lord, why didn't I just get in it up here? So that happens on occasion. We'll swing back here and back test and look at that in just a minute. But anyway, so this morning it was up here and it hadn't made all this yet. It was up here and I was like, okay, I'm going to get in this. And just so you'll know, what time was that? That was at, let's see, it says 1400 hours if you look at the bottom of my screen. So 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. That was at 6 o'clock this morning when I woke up. Yes, I did. I woke up and I looked at my screen. And so I kind of fell back asleep. And the next time I woke up, it was down here. And I was like, oh man, wait a minute. So, and then it was right here, but the only thing is the candle wick was like going way up. I thought, I wonder if it's going to turn around. Well, guys, you know what look what this thing did. I did not even get in. And you know, I'm kicking myself because of course it went like 90 pips today. So, you know, I just kept looking and looking and looking. And I'm one of those people, I love a perfect entry and I don't like chasing a trade. And I could have got in at any time, you know, and kept making that. But I always wait. It's like, you know what? I'll just get in on it next time. So, you know, it will cross again. So this is kind of just like one of the things I want to show you is what happens when it crosses. So let me move some of these things out of the way, and I'm going to go back just a little bit. I'm going to show you a little bit of this. Kind of show you what it looks like when it crosses. Let's see, right here, I'm going to show you some of this up and down business in just a second. So here it crossed, of course, it went 215 pips, and then it went on down to 247, and then it went on down to 286. But it went up and down and came on down through here. So, but all of this kind of stayed below our 200 moving average. It broke through just for a second and came back down. So we'll talk about that and what to do in those cases. I'm going to show you a little bit of what happens after there's a major drop in price like that. You know, okay, so for instance, this is a major drop. After there's a major breakout, when price does this, you're going to have a consolidation period. So after you have this time where you made some major pips, then you can just rest, because the next couple of times that it crosses, it normally does this business. I leave it alone. I don't try to enter the next times it crosses, because it's going to do this business. Now, the other thing that you can do is, you know, you can set a little stop loss. I don't usually set it even that big. If you want to try to get in and say, hey, listen, I'll set a 25 pip stop loss, and you know, because that's the part about trading. You always want to say, hey, you know, this might be, you know, where it's gonna cross and take off, or I can set me a little stop loss, and if it doesn't take off, fine. Then I'll risk 10 pips, 15 pips. I did that on UJ today, and it did. It hit stop loss this morning. Actually, for the signal group, I only gave it a 15 pip stop loss because Trump was talking today, and we knew it was going to go up. We just didn't know it was going to happen when he got up and spoke. For me personally, I have like 100 and something pip stop loss, but I wasn't going to give 100 pip stop loss to our signal group. So, but you want to make, you know, let me show you something here. Let's zoom in a little bit. So, you know, we had that, let me see, let me find it again. Okay, so we had the big drop. Let me make sure I found it. We had the big drop, And then right here, I'm going to put a line so I can find it again. And then right here, it starts to cross. Well, we know we had this big drop, so we know it's going to consolidate. It's going to do this little up and down business. But just say, for instance, you think, you know what? I wonder if it's going to go up. I want to test it. You can always, well, it has to cross and close. So look, it didn't, well, it did kind of cross and close right there. And then a new candle formed. But what I would have done is I would have given myself like a 10 pip stop loss, and then that way I didn't have to worry about much risk. So it would have gone up and it came back down, and then it would have stopped you out. All right, so that's kind of an option there. Hey guys, if you have any questions, that was a nice close-up. If you guys have any questions, go ahead and ask them in the chat while we're talking about this. All right, so then here's the other thing that happens. So, you know, we had a great drop. Now it's doing this whole consolidation period. So you're like, okay, well, when do I get in? When do I get in? You know, I didn't get in here. I didn't get in here. And now it's starting to drop again. Again, so here it was going up, but it didn't make it. So that's a good sign that price tested the buyers and it didn't make it. So when it crossed back going down, that's a good sign to go ahead and get in again as a sell. For this particular period, yes. For this particular, I used to, I trained on the moving average and the 5, and I'm actually going to take that down because this is much better. It doesn't have as many of these fake outs right here. So I have switched to using it with the 1 hour. You can use it on any time frame you want to. You can use, now if you use it on a higher time frame, you are going to wait days and days and days for it to cross, or weeks and weeks for it to cross. You can get a lot of pips, but you're going to be swing trading, and I mean swing trading. So you might be in that trade to get those pips for a long time. I find the 1 hour to be that happy place where I can get in and I can make me some pips and reach that take profit relatively within a day or so. And you can get out at any time and be happy because you can make 50 or 60 or 70 pips in that day. And the green line is the 200, yes. And this yellow line is a 13, and we may or may not talk about that. We may get to it and we may not. We'll see what happens with that one. But this is the most important thing right here, this 200. All right. So let's go back here. So I'm going to show you again how after a big breakout, you get a few fake outs because of consolidation. And let me switch pairs here just for a second. I mean, you can do this any pair. It's amazing, absolutely amazing. And sometimes I'll look and I'll go, oh my gosh, look what I just missed. Because I'll go back and look at this sometimes and I'll go, wow. Okay, so, I mean, just look. I mean, when it crosses, look at that. There's 92 pips. It came down still at 32 and then up to 271 pips. I mean, that's just easy breezy, guys. And you can get out. I'm going to show you. We've talked support and resistance before. I want to talk to you about, when to get out, because what happens is you're in a trade and you know, all of a sudden, okay, so it's real easy to look at it like this. You're like, oh yeah, 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 I'm 90 pips in. Well, then what happens when all of a sudden you're 72 pips and 60 pips and 50 pips and 38 pips, and then you get out and you're like, well, I don't know, when do I get back in? Because you don't see all this stuff over here. You don't know where it's going. That's why this is my sweet spot. And once kind of, you know, you can, I like to get in here and I like to stay in as long as I can. Of course, after the pullback, you can get in, but it looked like you only had 3 bars. And then it pulled back again. Then it kind of, you know, kind of consolidated a minute, and then it took off again. So, you know, you got to kind of watch it. Now, so here, you know, most people, 92 pips, man, that would have been a great trade right there. You might have just got out and said, hey, I feel good. You might have watched it and you might have got back in over here. So this yellow line, it's kind of like my secondary moving average. So here, you know, after price, it's the 13, and when it crossed again, that's just another kind of signal that, you know, you can go back in. That's what that is, you know. And if you're in this trade, now to me, this was too many pips. It went from 92. It was too slow. It told me to get out at 48. I would have gotten out a lot sooner than that. I mean, no, I wouldn't have. I ride these things forever. I wouldn't have got out. But this moving average, I wish it would have told me to get out up here. See, like up here, it told us to get out right away. And so we would have got out, and then, you know, up here, it was a little bit faster. It was following price a little bit better. How do you know where the moving average is? I'm going to show you how to set it up. We put it in. We actually add it to our chart. And then, so where would you put your stop loss for the buy? So what I do, let's go ahead and go to that now. Okay, so this is where we were just now. And you know what, look at this. So it did this twice. It crossed here. It went up 164 pips. It came back down. Then it crossed again, and it went up 267 pips. All right. So, and then over here, let's look and see if it's done the whole consolidation thing. So it did that little consolidation thing here. It went up, and then it did a big drop. And it only dropped 73.94 pips. All right. So as you can see, it's done this big breakout, and then it just price drove right back through. But over here, after the big drop, after the breakout, price had to consolidate. Normally, price needs to consolidate because it has to bring itself back into balance. That's very important. But sometimes, you know, price momentum is just very strong. Something's, you know, for whatever's happening. So, so here, we might not have jumped right back in because we were waiting on price to consolidate a little bit, but it did give us a pullback, another chance to get back in. All right, so now for me on these, when price crosses, it kind of depends. Okay, so the question is, where would you put your stop loss? You need to decide, and risk management is extremely important. So the first thing that you need to ask yourself when you go into a trade is, how much am I willing to risk? That's the most important question that you can ask yourself. What am I willing to risk? Because, you know, we don't really know what we're going to gain, but, you know, typically, you know, when these things cross, we know that we can typically gain, you know, 100 pips, or, you know, a lot of pips. So what am I willing to risk? How much is my account balance? You know, if my account balance is $100 in my live account and I'm going to risk 3%, then you can only risk $3. You know, $3, or if you're going to risk 5%, you can only risk $5. And so now you've got to decide what your lot size is. You know, if you're going to risk $5 and then your lot size is going to be 10 cents, then that's going to determine your stop loss. All right, you've got a what is that, 10 pips? Let's see, 10 pips times, I can't even think for the second. 10 pips, my brain just went dead. Can anybody add? Let's see, $5 divided by 0.10 is 50. Okay, so you can do, if you wanted to risk $5 and you were going to do 0.10, you could do a 50 pip stop loss. I don't think you really need a 50 pip stop loss in this scenario. When you're doing a cross on the moving average, I don't think you need a 50 pip. We can go back and look at support and resistance and see that. But generally, if you'll notice, unless you're in a consolidation, it doesn't toggle. It goes through. I mean, let's look at this one. In consolidation, it'll do this number. Otherwise, it just goes right on through. I mean, there is no drawdown. I tend to move my stop loss at the wrong time. It hits, then takes off. Yeah, that happens. See how when it's going through the moving average, I mean, it just, there wasn't, I mean, we would have a stop loss, but if you'll see right here, it just, I mean, you know, 25 pips maybe, because it went through and closed. The second candle never even, I mean, it never even went 20 pips. So what you want to do is you want to figure your risk, and then you want to put that in. So you could possibly do one of two things. I'm going to squeeze this in real tight, and then I'm going to show you what I do for my stop losses. It's really kind of hard to see. That's too tight. I usually look to the left, and I want to see areas of support and resistance. And are you guys familiar with support and resistance? Just say yes or no in the chat. Okay, good. I'm so glad we have an actual intermediate group on tonight. All right, so when you, let's say for instance that we decided, you know, price was consolidating and we thought that the next area was going to be a breakout. Let's say we didn't see all this stuff over here and we were going to get in and we were going to see what the support and resistance was over here. Well, let's see. Price kept hitting, let's see. So what we're going to do is we're going to pretend like this is, I don't know if you can see my mouse or not. Yeah, ceiling and floor. So what we're going to pretend like is that this is the consolidation, and that price is going to go through the price line here. It's going to go through the profit line. I'm sorry, the moving average, and we want to enter because we see it moving through. We think it's consolidated, maybe it's through, and so we want to enter here. We don't see all this stuff over here. We don't know that it's going to continue consolidating, and we're going to enter in. And so now we want to know, where do we set our, we are going to set it, and remember, we're going to keep our risk really small. This is a 13 pip stop loss right here. The highest, I wouldn't even do 39. Seriously, I would do 10, 15 pips. Because reason why is because most of the time when price goes through and keeps going, it doesn't look back. I don't even need, I could almost do a stop loss like almost touching it, okay? So 10 or 15 pips is all I would put in there. You don't even hardly need a drawdown. I mean, you don't even hardly need it on these things. You can look, get on your computer, do it on your computer though, don't do it on your phone. Get on your computer and back test. Let's go ahead because it's getting busy. Late. I want to go ahead and help you set up your moving average. A lot of you have done these with me already, so we've set them up before. So first thing we're going to do is set it up on our computer, and then we're going to set it up on your phones. All right. Tell me if you already have them on your phone and computer. Just say yes if you've already got them on your phone or computer. Yes, ma'am, Jonah. All right. All right. Oh, okay, Bruno, welcome. This is his first time. Welcome. Okay, so most of you guys, I know Jonah and a lot of you guys have done these on the class I did before, quite some time ago. A few months ago, we set these up, the 200. But I highly recommend, I'm going to go ahead and say this in case you find it on my training page, I highly recommend you use the 1 hour. And I do think that it is, it's a lot more accurate. And the main thing, it has a lot less of the consolidation fake outs on the price line. That's probably the biggest reason why I use it. You will have a lot less fake outs on crossing on the price line. Take you, whatever your favorite pair is. Oh man, I was going to tell y'all to get in EUR USD a while ago. Hooey. All right, you guys, if y'all want to take a trade, I was going to tell y'all when we first got in. I got in it a while ago, right about here. I'm in it till 108.5. 108.5. Do you guys want to get in that trade? Let me see here. I'm so sorry. That was the first thing I was going to do. I just got in it right before our training. Man, it's already gone 20 pips since I got in. I'm so sorry. I wanted to give y'all that. Yeah, I got in right here when it crossed. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I did. I meant to give it to you, and I got sidetracked. But that's okay. I mean, oh, and so I've got it. So what I have it in as, I've got it in at, my take profit is 1085. And I don't have to do my stop loss, guys. I like to keep mine out of the way. I think I did mine like 107.05. I think I did mine like, because what I was doing, I looked to the left and see however low it was. Sometimes I'll go 10 pips below that, but I went 107.05. But oh yeah, we'll catch more. But anyway, I mean, it's still got 100. I mean, it's still got 100 pips. It's, you know, to go up. So if y'all want to get in it, 90 more pips. So anyway, if y'all want to try to catch it. All right. And my UJ is still in profit. I hope you guys are in that. And then I saw Swap Trades got it too. So yay. Oh, you know what? The signal actually hit stop loss. Mine, I didn't, because I had a bigger stop loss. All right. So let's go ahead and put these parameters in. All right. If you're on your computer, the first thing that you want to do is go to, well, if you don't have these, let's see, let's turn these on. You want to have your toolbars on all of these checks: standard chart, line studies, and time frames. And then there is an indicator list. It's like a paper with a green plus sign. Select that. And then if moving average isn't in your list here, go down to trend and it'll be there in that box. It is a buy, and the take profit is 1.085. I did 1.0. You need to, I don't know what your account balance is. Are you in demo or live? Because it depends on your risk management and your account balance. Mine is 107.5. I'm sorry, 107.05. Yeah, it's a buy. Yeah. And then I actually have a sell limit already set up there at that 108.5 and 109 area too. Yeah, 107.5 for the stop loss. It really doesn't matter on your time frame to enter a trade. The time frame is just used for analysis. All right. So back to adding, is everybody there where we can, yes, market execution. Okay, So does everyone have that so far? Do you have your indicator, your moving average? And then when you click on it, you're going to have the parameters. And this part is really, really important. So depending on, take a screenshot of this with your camera or something, because you're going to need this. You're also going to, when you put it in your phone, you're going to use these same parameters. On your color, obviously, depending on your background, you can change your color here to whatever color you need it to be. I like something that's really going to stand out, and make it as bold as you can. I like it to make it really thick and bold. I want it to really stand out. So it's the 200 exponential open moving average. The shift is 0. Does everybody have that in their computer, on their laptop? And you can actually put this on your phone while we're doing this if you want to. So I don't know if you guys have Androids or iPhones. I am very Android deficient. So I can tell you more about how to get to it with an iPhone than an Android. That's why I don't usually like to tell people how to do this stuff on their phones. Wherever okay, so in an iPhone, if you go to settings, and actually it's probably the same place in an Android, if you go to settings and then go to charts, ding dong, that's not true. I'm sorry, back up. If you go to your chart, pick any pair, any chart, and then up at the top, there's those little symbols. It's a triangle, a circle, and a rectangle. Does everybody see that? If you select that, I may get you to this and I may not. Lord Jesus. One more time. Go to charts, and then the F. That's the indicators. I'm so used to doing this on my computer instead of my phone. I'm sorry. People on the video are going to go, what? Are y'all following me okay? You can do this on your tablets too. So if you're on your chart, up at the top, there's usually a plus sign. Or if you're on an Android, if you hold down your chart, that circle opens up, and then that's where you have those symbols and the F. So you tap on the F, and then you tap on main window, and then go down to where it says moving average, and then you're going to put this information in. 200, 0, exponential open. And then down where it says levels, it's 0, 0. And where it says style, pick you a nice bold color and then choose 4 pixels down at the bottom so it'll be real big. And if you want the 13, I'll give you the parameters for that as well. If you want the 13 on the screen, has those parameters. And let me know if you got them. Take a screenshot. All right. And if you're in your phone, you can add that one as well. And your EURUSD should be in profit. And what do you guys think? Oh, looky here. Let's see. So here we have the EUR. Now, another thing that I don't have time to do tonight, and it's something I'm working on, is I am working on a indicator that will alert you when, with a text message to your phone, when price crosses. How do you like that? So, because we can't stare at our computers all the time, right? So what this is going to do, I've been working on it this afternoon. So what it will do is it's an indicator that we would add to our computer. So it does mean that your computer would have to stay on and whatever pairs are open, okay? So like, see, if you, can you look at the bottom of my screen and it says all of these are H1. So what I did is I set them all up to cross. So what would happen was when price crosses the moving average, it's going to send me a text message to my phone that says EUR NZD moving average price cross. Isn't that cool? So I am trying to get it perfected, and as soon as I get it perfected, I'm just going to do a video. I'm not going to have a class on it. I'm just going to do a video and send it out to those, right? Catch those coins, baby. You're right. Because we are not going to stare at our computers all day long. What we're going to do is we're going to be about our Father's business, and we're going to make money. And so we'll be able to do that. And and cha-ching. So I love it, right? So probably, I don't know how I'm going to know that you guys were on my class. Somehow or another, I'm going to need to know that you all are going to need that video update. Anybody got an idea? Yeah, it's a text. It's so awesome. I do have text alerts already for other things. What do you guys think? What's the best way to let me know that you're on this class and that you need the video update? Email? Okay. All right. So what I need you to do in the subject line, because I'm not going to do anything with these emails until I have it done. So I will not be responding to you until I get this all configured. Because I'm trying to get, I'm working with programming, okay, on this. No, I can't do it there. I'm going to do an email. Okay, so the subject line has to say MA cross alert text and email to my Forex training 365. Let me make sure I spelled that right. My Forex training 365@gmail.com. And I did not Okay. All right. And then that will work. So if you'll email me with that subject line, then when I get it accomplished, believe me, I want to get it done like tomorrow. I'm trying to get it finished because I want to get those text messages just as bad as you do. So what I'm doing, because I want to do both. Last week I started looking back into this and I was like, Lord, I am missing like 100 pips, you know, in these things while I'm, you know, still making pips doing other things. I don't want to miss any pips, right? We don't want to miss any pips. So, so I want to make sure that we get this done and squared away. So, you know what? I would love for you guys to go onto our chats, let everybody know that you enjoyed our training. Let them know we caught some pips, we're in profit, and so that way they will know to get on our training, and so that we can continue helping people. All right? Yay, we are in profit. Yes, we are. So Lee, the alert is only for the computer, not cell. Yes, it doesn't work for the cell phone. So yes, if you will, go to the chat line, let them know how much you loved our training. Let them know we are learning to make pips, and I appreciate you guys, and have a wonderful evening, and have a great night. Love you all. Happy trading.